Okay. I want this to be a serious video, so I'm gonna lower the volume. I'm gonna make this like a serious video. Audio, everything's gonna go down. Where's the volume? Down, down. I want this to be a serious video. Um, the first I'm gonna discuss is why haven't I been uploading? Um, the first reason is something I'll talk about in another video, but basically I'm gonna be talking about hypersexuality in the next video. You can search it up if you want. I don't really care, honestly. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. That's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is the things I've said in the past with like LGBTQ people. I didn't say slurs excessively. I didn't say, I didn't, no, hear me out. I didn't say like slurs excessively. It's just like my belief system has changed over the years, and I just want to make it clear now that I'm not like, gonna discriminate anybody or like anyone at all. So let's begin. With the first thing I said, I think the first thing that's important to talk about is I think I said I didn't want to associate with anybody from the LGBTQ. The reason I said that is because I was running on the belief that being gay is a sin, and that means I can't associate with people like that. Because I don't wanna I don't wanna turn gay, like it was some sort of disease. So I want to apologize for that. I want to apologize for that. My belief system has changed. Honestly, like I realize now that like being gay doesn't really hurt anybody. It doesn't. It really doesn't hurt anybody. If it's like if you notice the Bible mostly has rules that just apply to like don't hurt anybody. And right or wrong is very subjective to everybody. And like most people translate things from the Bible um to their perspective, right? So like the way I see it, there's no right or wrong. There's just hurt people or don't hurt people. If you don't hurt people, that's good. If you don't hurt people, that's good. If you hurt people, that's bad. And being gay falls in the criteria of it doesn't hurt anybody, so it's not bad. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. I have it on Discord, but I don't have access to Discord because of personal problems. But I don't have access to Discord. I could like read out the whole message. But no, I'm like I'm not gonna associate with anybody. I don't hate them, but I'm not gonna associate. That's basically what I said. I'm not gonna associate with people, but I don't hate them. That's basically what I said. What else do I want to say? And yeah, and plus like everybody points to like Leviticus, but I pointed this out to my parents. We how come we like follow we don't follow every rule of Leviticus, like eating salmon or wearing mixed clothes, but we like follow the rule that like homosexuality is bad. It's like cherry picking. It's like it's like the Christian cafeteria. You take what you like and you take what you don't like. And I don't like that because if we're gonna accept the Bible for what it is, we should like, accept everything about it, including the fact that we can't eat salmon or we can't wear mixed clothes. But everybody won't repent to that rule because that's ridiculous. I wear mixed clothes every day. What's wrong with that? Am I gonna go to hell because I wear mixed clothes every day? Nobody's gonna repent for wearing mixed clothes. So it's like no, but like some rules in Leviticus we're not gonna follow. And there's also another passage where it's like I think it said I'm doing this off memory. I think it says something about like uh if a man commits acts with another man, which by the way, that's not specific enough. It doesn't it's not it could be anything. It could be crimes. It could literally be anything. And that's in the New Testament. Where I mentioned the Old Testament, I mentioned the New Testament. There's like there's like nothing wrong with that. And like, my parents might disagree, but like I'm allowed to have my own perspective, respectfully. I'm allowed to have my own perspective. And so is being trans, dude. So is being trans. And in the Bible, my mom pointed out how people would turn their genitals upside down to like, and please YouTube don't demonetize this. This is like educational purposes only, and to educate people. Um, they would turn their genitals inside out to appear more women, and it's like, okay, they did that to themselves, but it's not hurting anybody. Plus, they're doing surgeries. They're not gonna do that themselves. No, no. Can you imagine how painful it would be to turn your genitals like inside out? Ugh. Just imagining it, bro. Oh, God. Oh, dude, that's disgusting. No, don't get me wrong. I'm still Christian, but like Jesus' like main message is to like love your neighbors, but like love God, and I'm pretty sure there's a third with that. I don't remember, but those are like the two main messages, bro. And I feel like saying being gay is wrong and excluding gay people from churches. It's like it like disrespects the rules that Jesus like gave us. So that's why I'm like very open-minded about stuff. I don't believe in what's right and wrong. I believe in what hurts people and what doesn't hurt people. And being gay, in my opinion, doesn't really hurt anybody. Doesn't hurt anybody at all. At least not directly. Like if you're directly hurting somebody, like you're cheating on your spouse to pursue somebody of the same sex, then like that's wrong. But in general, being gay isn't wrong. That's just my opinion. And the next thing I want to talk about is the one time the couple times I said slurs, but I didn't know what they meant. Uh, the first time I said the F slur was there was this meme on the internet where like there was like a toy car at the top of the tree. There was a toy car at the top of the tree and it fell down and the guy said mega and then he said the F slur and I didn't know what the F slur mean. I thought it was I didn't know what the F slur mean. So I'm like, oh, I just kept repeating the meme. The first time my dad heard it, he's like, "Don't say that, don't say that." I'm like, "Why? What does that mean?" And he's like, "Don't say that, don't say that." So I'm like, when a few years later, when I found out what that means, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna say that again. That's very bad. That the F slur, that's very bad, dude. So I stopped saying the F slur, except for one time. Me and my ex friend, which shall not be named, me and my ex friend, we were joking. We were like talking about I guess he was coming up with a language. He does this thing where he comes up with a language, like an alien, where every word, the first word, imagine the English language, right? But every word is replaced with a Z or an X, and basically, like, he would do that, and he would call it a language, and he would say that's how aliens talk, and I'm like, okay, let me test the boundaries. And I said the F slur, but I didn't say the F slur. I said it with a Z to appeal that language. And and then I I slipped up and explained myself and I said, "Ha! I called you." And then I said the F slur and I'm like, and then I look back on that now and I'm like, "Oh my God, why did I do that?" And it's like, uh, whatever. So, dude, I just wanna, bro. I just like wanna say like everything I did in the past, like moving forward, I'm gonna support the LGBTQ because like dog, like it doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't hurt anybody, bro. Like if you put it into perspective, it doesn't really hurt anybody, bro. I don't care about the old heads. I don't care about them not understanding, bro. You gotta get with the program. You gotta get with the because when you were young, like you like the stuff from your generation. And I'm liking the stuff from my generation. It's about love, it's about compassion, dog, and I don't see anything wrong with that. Except I'm gonna make this clear. Except for maps. If you don't know what a map is, A map is a minor attracted person. They're attracted to minors, and that's bad because do I really need do I really need do I really need to explain why being attracted to minors is bad? Like they can't consent. They just can't. You know, you can do your own research, come to your own conclusions, but dude, like that's the only thing that that I don't like. But yeah, man, that's like the two examples I can like ever since I there's two things that made me like accept people more, specifically LGBTQ. But one, uh I had this friend. I have this friend called Kata. Go see her channel. Kata 002. Um, go see her channel. Uh, Kata. I started playing in her Minecraft server, and I referred to her as him because I didn't know that she was trans at the time. And then we stopped talking because I stopped playing on that server. But then I was talking to my old friend King Toast, and we talked and we talked about Khan. I'm like, oh, I like that guy, and he's like, you know, she's a girl now, right? I'm like, she's trans now, and like, I came back, and then like, my whole perspective changed, bro. Like, I became more open minded, dog. Like, I started like, talking to her, dog. And it's like it's cool, but we didn't have like long conversations, bro. We just like, small talk. It was very much small talk. I did show her the thing that I said earlier that I don't associate with LGBTQ. I'm sorry, Kata. I completely changed my mind about that, to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm going to talk to you ever again. I know what my Discord login is. I just don't have access to Discord because of personal problems. So, the second thing that made me like accept the community, I guess, is it's a song called Auntie Diaries by Kendrick Lamar. I know it's very corny, dog. But dude, that changed my perspective, dog. Like, honestly. No, but it should have been like that from the beginning, bro. I feel like, every single time I talk about, love and acceptance with the LGBTQ community, I get this gut feeling that like I'm doing something wrong. I get this gut feeling that I'm doing something wrong because it's this narrative that like accepting these people as wrong because it's a sin. It's like it got like burned into my mind, burned into the back of my retinas, bro. Yeah, but then I realized like it doesn't really hurt anybody. So it's like why am I gonna like get mad at these people for something that doesn't hurt anybody? So I I'm very open. Like that made me not just with LGBTQ, it made me very open minded with autism and other stuff that's like in the world because I used to have like no patience. I used to like fall for BS, but now I don't tolerate BS, and I stand up for what hurts people and what doesn't hurt people. So it's really cool, man. It's really cool that I get to like be so open minded and love people for who they are. I don't know if my parents are gonna be on that level. To be honest with you, they're very like close minded. They're very conservative. I'm I'm kind of in the middle because it's like I'm still Christian, but that doesn't mean I'm right. And I still accept people, but that doesn't mean I'm left. So I'm kind of in the middle. I don't know how cool. I don't know how like often people are in the middle. I feel like it's always black and white. People always have to choose a side. No, middle. I mean, left, left, Democrats. What's the other word? Left, Democrats, liberals, and then we got right Republicans, us conservatives, or as I like to call it, LLD and RRC. So I guess I'm in M. I'm in the middle. I accept perspectives from both sides, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, honestly. So yeah, I that's like that's the serious topic I want to talk about. I just want to like tell you like my I guess my journey and how like I changed my mind and how like I'm more accepting of like others and stuff, and that's pretty. And I feel like you should do the same thing too. You shouldn't be like closed-minded just because of like what a religion tells you. Like actually like hear people out and like use logic, like use your like there's this saying that my TDI tells me. He says the people on the right don't have a brain and the people on the left don't have a heart. But I'm in the middle. So it's like Schrodinger's cat. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's like Schrödinger cat. It's like it's dead and like it's not dead if you don't check the box. It's like it's either I have both. I have a brain and a heart, or I don't have neither. But the way I'm moving, the vibe I'm pushing, bro. Like dog, I am like bro. I'm thinking logically. I'm thinking logically, so I have a brain and I have a heart. I am empathizing with people, not just Christians, bro. I love all Christians. I love everybody, bro. There's there's always a bad part in a community. There's always a bad part in Christianity where like Christians be like hurting people, and there's always a bad part in the LGBTQ where like I can't think of an example. I guess Lil Nas X is the most popular example where he like he be like mocking in a way Christianity and like making fun of it, or like LGBTQ people who like do violence. There's always a good and a bad in a community, bro. And I feel like just because one bad person is doing something bad in a community doesn't mean that every single person in the every single person in the community is bad. It's like it's I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk to about this on YouTube, but it's kind of like the CK situation. I'm gonna say CK. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that on YouTube. It's very sensitive. But the people on the right thought that it was the left, and they said that just because a left person did it, that means all left might be that way. And it's like that's not true. That's like very assumative, and like that assuming makes an ass out of you and me. So it's like, dog, that doesn't mean every single like every community, every community has their good and has their bad, dog. We can't just like hate each other. It's like Kendrick Lamar's "To Pimp a Butterfly." I know I'm using Kendrick Lamar. Yes, yes, I'm a D writer. Okay, bro, whatever. I it's like it's like in the poem where he says, "Just because you wear a different gang color than mine, doesn't mean I can't respect you as a black man." Let me translate that for you for a second. Just because our beliefs are different doesn't mean I can't respect you as a human being. That's basically the summary of this whole video. Just because you have a different belief system than me doesn't mean that I can't respect you as a human being, bro. I can't accept you as a human being, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And I can't love you as a human. Doesn't mean I can't love you as a human being, bro. Like that's basically the whole summary of this video, dog. Just it's love and acceptance, bro. I'm very sorry for like the things I've done. One more thing I want to mention. I've said in the past that homophobia is not real. And to give you context on this, I didn't understand the word homophobia because I took it literally. I'm like, homophobia? Like, what phobia? There's no phobia. You don't just look at a gay person and be like, there's no irrational fear. Is what I was trying to say. So there's like a DM. There's a message of me saying homophobia is not real. So if you hear somebody like post that about me and making me seem like I'm homophobic, that's not true. I just didn't understand the word. Words can evolve and like words can evolve. Phobia in this case means discrimination or like unjust prejudice of another person. And like it's it's like yeah, it's like dude, it's like I don't know how to describe it to you. I don't know how to. It's like when I get stuck in my mind, when I have so much to say, when I'm so I always do that. When I'm overwhelmed and there's so much I want to say, it's like it's like I overload and I have to reset for a second. Let's reset. Okay. I did not understand the word homophobia. And yeah, bro. There shouldn't be any discrimination against other people. There shouldn't be assuming that just because a trans person goes into a bathroom that they're after somebody's kid. Like a bathroom should be available for everybody, right? Like if a trans person went into like a girl's bathroom and they consider themselves a girl, like are they just never gonna use the bathroom because kids go in and out of that bathroom all the time? You know what I'm saying? It's like it should be accessible to everybody. That's just one of the examples, dog. We shouldn't be assuming people are bad just because of their beliefs, because life is perspective. And I wrote this quote at school in ELA, and I said, life is perspective. People look at life. No, I said no, no, no. I'm lying. I said life is perspective. No, I keep saying that. No, I said life is like a big lens, right? Life is like a big lens. Everybody sees something different through it. I said that quote myself. Life is like a big lens. Everybody sees something different through it, bro. Uh, and like, bro, if you like take a look, like, not like people's perspective are like creative of what they went through, the trauma they went through. You know what I'm saying? If if somebody's about to do something really bad, the first thing that I think is not, oh my God, they're a horrible person. The first thing I think is, wow, what caused them? Like, what led them to do that bad thing, bro? And how could have that thing been prevented, bro? And it's like, yeah, bro, it's like that's just my perspective, dog. Like that's how I take things, bro. I just look at life and just try to look at it through people's perspective, bro. But one perspective I'm never gonna understand, or I'm never gonna get, is the unjustified hatred towards another human being, or try to control another, like for example, like the president, bro. Like he's trying to like pass laws against abortion. And it's like, bro, okay, you don't like abortion, but it's like you can't force your ideologically. Hold on, let me reset. You can't force your ideology on other people. If you don't like it, that's up to them. I'm very conflicted. If you ask me, I'm very conflicted about abortion because at at the same at one level, it's like if somebody was forced to do something, they have to do that to save their life, especially if it's somebody who's very young. But on the other hand, that that zygote is gonna become a life, so it's like it's very conflicting. Listen, I don't want y'all to judge me, and like I don't want y'all to judge me because I support LGBTQ, I support Christians, I support, whatever. I don't want listen, that's your perspective, dog. That's your perspective. But the way I see it, dog, the way I see it is that like we should just treat each other as like human beings, bro. Like we should just like treat each other as human beings, and that's it, bro. That's it. And we should just, if you don't agree with somebody's perspective, don't take it to heart, bro. Just like, just disagree with it, agree with it, and move on with your day. Just move on with your day, dog. You don't have to spread hate. You don't have to send death threats, bro. Just like disagree respectfully. And if you disagree with me, leave it in the comments. I'll hear your perspective. But bro, just like accept people for who they are, bro. Just accept people for who they are, as long as it's not hurting anybody directly, like maps are. As long as they're not hurting anybody directly, bro. it's all good. It's all good, bro. There's no wrong or right. There's no wrong or right when it comes to perspective. There's no wrong or right. There's just what hurts people and what doesn't hurt people, bro. And if you're hurting people, you're doing something wrong. And that's just my perspective. That's my perspective of right and wrong. My perspective of right and wrong is hurt people or don't hurt people. That's pretty much it. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. And I'm gonna post this video because I just want to like take back everything that I said on LGBTQ. I feel like that was a very bigoted perspective, and like I just like I learned to accept people for who they are. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe me. If you've been with me for a long time, if you've been with me for like a long time, and like I never been discriminate. Actually, I never been discriminative. I just like tried to understand in the past, but I never been discriminative towards other people, not on purpose, at least, not on purpose. But yeah, you don't have to believe me. I'm just a random guy on the internet, bro. You don't have to believe me, but in my perspective, that's just my perspective, dog. That's just ba- basic the summarization. I forgot what I said. Basically, basic summarization is I forgot what the summary was. I have very garbage memory. But yeah, that's the reason I haven't been uploading. Is because of hypersexual. I'll make a video on that later, talking about my experience with hypersexuality. Um, it's by the way, that's not sexuality. It's a compulsive disorder. Okay, I don't know why people are making maps about it. I mean flags about it. I don't know why people are making flags about it. It's so dumb. At least it's my perspective. You can educate me on that if I'm wrong. But yeah, man, that's like pretty much all I wanted to talk about, bro. It's just you know just love and acceptance, dog. Love and acceptance. So that's pretty much it, bro. I want to say so much more, but I feel like if I just ran on for hours and hours on end, I'm never gonna like you know I'm never gonna like stop. But you know what Porter Robinson says, do re mi fa sol la ti do. There's so much I want to say type stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I hope you take away something from this video. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you're gonna be like, I need more time to process this, or like, I don't agree with you. Screw you. Whatever, bro. I'm just stating my perspective, man. I'm just stating my perspective. I don't know what you're gonna think. I'm just talking to an audience that shapeshifts to whoever I'm talking to. So yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.